Someone wants to kick us off? We're ready.
Sam, overall thoughts on that win first up? Yeah.
I mean, I was really proud of the players' efforts. Thought it was a scrappy sort of game. A lot of pressure, a lot of intensity around the ball, a lot of repeat stoppages, and I think the players, they just handled it pretty well today. I think it was some momentum shifts, but the scoreboard, they felt like they were on top, but they actually didn't hit the scoreboard well. So a little bit of perhaps luck with the goal kicking, but also I think our players managed the momentum of the game pretty well. And that's the second week where we've had some problems in the game, but we haven't been scored against as heavily as some other games. So we're making progress in that area. Far from a finished product, but it was definite progress today.
Like you say, I guess when you didn't have momentum going your way, they weren't managed to kick 3 or 4 goals and really make it costly. And I guess that's just growth with the guys being in these close games and working out how to navigate that.
Yeah, I think it's really important as a young group being able to manage momentum, and we've done some work on it, and we lost a lot of close games last year where we hadn't done the work on it, we hadn't spent the time on it, we hadn't made it a priority. We were working on more basic parts of the game, and now we've had a group together for a little bit longer. We've done some more preparation. Players know what to do. There's a little bit more predictability about it, and so when we go into a separate mode of play to try and change the state of the game, we've been able to handle that better. We still get, like, even in the last quarter, we still got scored against, but it was only 2 goals, not 5 goals, and as a result, we end up getting the win. But it was pretty hard fought in the end.
What does that say, I guess, about the development of the team? You can sort of now, come back. You're going to have this momentum shifts against you, but still sort of come on top at the end.
Yeah, I mean, I think it gives a bit of reward for effort, and there's some confidence that the work we've done, it's starting to show. I think there's a lag effect to your learning, and when you do a lot of learning, being able to actually execute it out on the field, it takes some time, and there's little glimpses of it at different stages through the first part of the year, and we've seen it. It's far from perfect. You look at the best sides in the competition, and they're doing it at a much quicker, and they're able to change the state of the game much more quickly than we can currently. But we've definitely made some gains in that area, and we've started to hold each other and ourselves to a higher account in key moments in games, and even the way we manage rotations. I know it's going to be a frustration of fans of when players come off and all that sort of thing. Even little things like that, they take some time to get the back office to understand key moments in games and making sure the right players are on at the right time, and little things like that we've improved in over the journey. But we're still a work in progress.
And you talk about that kind of stuff, mate. Obviously, Luke Bruce coming on as a sub, he scored straight away, I suppose. Talk me through that change, subbing Culture off and all that kind of stuff.
Yeah, I thought they started to build up the ball with some uncontested marks and caused us a bit of trouble. I think the stoppages were all in our favour in the third quarter, but they really were controlling general play and transition of the ball. And I thought we looked. I thought they really controlled the third quarter despite the scoreboard and some other aspects. So I wanted to get Luke on because I thought of his leadership and how he would be able to structure the field and help us defend. And it was a little bit risky taking off Kelsher, but I thought that if we could get an aerial contest in front of the ball, that would help us. And fortunately, it ended up being a good call. But I mean, Kelsher, he's done absolutely nothing wrong. His intensity, GPS-wise, and all those things is much higher than he's ever produced before, just playing his first games of AFL footy. So I've been really pleased with what he's been able to produce in his first couple of games.
When you say they dominated that third quarter, there was a couple of moments there where I think they kicked infield and he got the turnover and kicked a goal, and then a quick transition from behind as well. He just took those couple of moments there to really take the momentum away from midway through that third quarter.
Yeah, I mean, I think they controlled a large portion of that part of the game, but we took our chances. Yeah. I think there was a kick in goal, which are reasonably hard to get, but Carl, who he had a strong performance today, but I think he sort of backed himself in, and it was a key moment where if it hadn't worked and had gone the other way, it probably would have been quite a game changer. So he backed himself, and I think he kicked it to Jarman, and when those two worked together, and we ended up getting a score out of it. But if you don't take those opportunities, they're the thing that swing a game that's as close as that one. And so I was pleased that the boys backed themselves in and got that done.
Without Sicily, the young defence really seemed to organise themselves pretty well and work that out, which is I guess massive even without the skipper back there. Yeah,
I mean, I think from a personnel point of view, it was we know we're going to put out 18 are going to start the game every week, and it doesn't matter who they are. They're embedded our game style and the way we want to play, and they're players that we we'll have full faith in. But obviously, when you don't have a couple of key players and Sis, the way he helps us without the ball, I think is just as important. Everyone will see the intercept marking and the kicking and all the great things that he does on a TV, but to us, his value is just as much in what he does off the ball, behind the ball, setting up the players around him, and for the boys to produce a performance like that without him gives enormous confidence to us. And I think even in the forward line, that's I know Gunners drags the average age up, and Luke Bruce coming on drags the average age up, but you've got Kelsha's playing his second game. You've got Watson, who's only played a handful, and it was his first game for 5 or 6 weeks where he started on the ground. And when you've got youth like that, it brings enthusiasm, but it brings some inexperience, and we were able to handle that pretty well for the majority of the day, but still learning.
Do you reckon you'll get him back next week? Is that the plan, Sicily?
Oh yeah, I'm not sure. I haven't had a medical update on him just yet. I think I'll be guided by the medical team. We know that at some point he will be worth the risk for him to play. Whether or not it's stiffened up enough for that to be this week, I hope so. But if it's not, then we've got to make sure we look after our captain.
Was that one of the most influential games that Meek has had for the Hawks so far? Rowan was obviously amazing for St Kilda as well. That was a great contest all day.